be there when you're down, when you're losing your ground, till the afterglow, the afterglow. One more bottle's fading away. You look so great when you gotta shine. One more part of you is gone now, as you keep smiling at the crowd. Pressure is your best enemy. Spotlights show what they wanna see. Sometimes it feels like you're under attack. You just can't break free. I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your ground, till the afterglow, the afterglow. I'll be there when you fall, when you're losing it all, in the afterglow, in the afterglow. Whoa! It all started with the passion, it all sounded like a dream. Remember how you kept on laughing, now you're trapped in your own skin. The anxiety is growing as the lights begin to shine. What if this time you totally fade? You wanna know the truth. I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your ground, till the afterglow, the afterglow. I'll be there when you fall, when you're losing it all, in the afterglow, in the afterglow. Never forget who you really are. You have more than glory and fame tonight. Have faith in me, keep faith in you, keep faith in you. I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your ground, till the afterglow, the afterglow. I'll be there when you fall, when you're losing it all, in the afterglow, in the afterglow. I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your ground, till the afterglow, the afterglow. I'll be there when you fall, when you're losing it all, in the afterglow, in the afterglow. Whoa!
Oh, baby, welcome in. It's Frontier Truck Tour Mondays. With me, as always, for the rest of the season up in the booth, it's Jacob Alicia. And on my other side of the metaphorical tower, it's the return of Jacob Blakely. Jacob, the last time we had a race at Phoenix, you were in the booth with me as well. It was a hectic one.
It was indeed a hectic one. We had a whole bunch of wrecks in one. We had beef on pit road. It was an exciting one. So hopefully it's not too hectic, but hectic at the same time. Alicia, though, what are we looking forward to as a driver's standpoint?
So these guys are going to be really having to struggle to keep these cars and these tires underneath them. They are going to be pushing hard through the entry of these turns. But then as these, we got green flag dropping. But as we go through the race here, we're going to see guys get looser and looser as they come out of the turns.
Yeah, well, it's a theme here in Frontier and, of course, PAL, that we extend the yellow, give us some time to talk. Race control must be as drunk as me because we said, fuck it, we've thrown the green. Dylan Herventon, your pole sitter, will lead him. Mason Thompson right on his tailgate. He'll look to the inside, side by side for the lead. How about this? The return of Mason Thompson. We'll see him return to the top spot.
I guess I'm gonna hop on. I thought Alicia was gonna hop on. He's the main guy in the booth, and then I was gonna follow him. God damn it! We're already on a hot start. We missed the lap. God damn it! And we have some good battles in the back though for third and fourth. Steven, they're all side by side right now. Dylan, I think he's gonna be saving some tires here. It looks like he's just kind of falling back and letting the guys kind of do their thing. What do you think, Alicia?
Well, it's definitely hot out there today. Right now the track temperature is up at 113 degrees Fahrenheit, blistering hot. So if you push those tires early, you're going to heat up those tires really quickly, and then you'll have to carry that the rest of your stint. These guys are going to go 40 to 42 laps, depending on who you talk to and how hard you push that car. And they're going to need to make basically every lap out of those fuel tanks to be able to two-stop this race. They'll be able to get tires each time, but they're going to have to go the entire way and not short stop at all.
Dylan Herventon,
Yeah.
third spot. Hunter East, second. Mason Thompson, first. Hunter East trying to run him down. Blakely, tell me about the old feast, Hunter East, in the 9 truck.
Yeah, Hunter East, the Big East. Man, he's aggressive as hell, but you talk about a guy that can wheel a race car. That's him. He's actually doing a pretty good job. He's learned over time. I'll give him credit where credit's due. He's learned over time to save his tires. He's a little bit of a nutcase, just like Aiden Gould. Shout out Aiden, he's an idiot. But Hunter, man, he's come a long way. Dude, I'm not going to lie, though. I keep looking back at these battles, man, and they're all in the back. They're just funneling like crazy, Noah. We have guys that are fighting their way, like Ricky Mendonça here. He's finally coming back. Steven James and Ricky, they're very even in skill level. They're going to be battling all night, I feel like. A lot of guys spreading out in the back, too. Robert Keefe, somebody you don't, I haven't really seen because I haven't been around a lot, but somebody he's finally getting to the front. I also want to note Ronnie Lane, man, top 10 right now, last year, or the last time we've been here. Big beef on track, so maybe he could stay out of trouble this time as he's getting a nice run right now.
Douglas Henry about got into some trouble there to his inside. Robert Keith Jr. to his outside. Ronnie Lane, who closed the gap quickly to his right rear. They'll finally get back 2 by 2. That was almost hairy. Jacob Alicia, it was a very hairy race. The last time we were at Phoenix, you competed all the way back into Season 1. And if anything coined the phrase Frontier Truck Tour iRacing alcohol, the beautiful mix of both, the best, it was this race.
I have fond but scattered memories of that race. I tried to keep up drink for drink with some of my racing cohorts, and unfortunately, I don't do a whole lot of racing while well intoxicated, and it kind of looked kind of poorly on me. So I think we kind of found where my limit was to keep things nice and toasty in the car, but not have me all over the place.
112 laps at this racetrack. It's a short track, so it might not sound like a lot, but it's grueling. These guys have to manage these tires. They get 2 extra sets. There are 2 sets of tires sitting on the wall. Now, is this a track where we can realistically see green flag start to finish? Maybe we've seen it happen at a track like IRP. We've seen that in New Hampshire. If these guys stay on their best behavior, what's it going to take to capitalize every single pit stop and win this race?
I think we're going to see a lot of good behavior from these drivers. Phoenix is the type of track where you really have to set up the car to be tight on entry. And really the only amount of loose that you can get on exit just depends on how hard you put that gas pedal down. With it being so hot and slick out there, everyone's just going to be able to slide a little bit here and there and not completely lose the car. So I really would not be surprised if this is our first green flag start to finish all the way through. And as long as these guys don't burn up their stuff early and allow the tires to carry them throughout the entire stint, they'll be able to flex their muscles and show how they can have that long-term speed.
Yeah, Blakely?
Yeah, I was thinking a fat sip of Busch Light, not gonna lie.
15th place, Brett Murphy. Oh, that's Robert Keach Jr. who just got sideways. He's going backwards, guys. He was battling for right around the 8th spot around Douglas Henry, Matt Vordray, and Ronnie Lane. He's going backwards right now, 3 wide behind him. Mickey Sondara in the 5 and 19th.
Oh.
It's not over. Look at the 76 at Derek Stanley. He's in the mix.
Dude, these guys are giving no room, and it's only, what, lap 13? We're absolutely duking it out already. Dude, Roberts almost got ran over again. He's all the way over the fence.
Something
I think
is
Roberts
going on
cooked
with
those
Robert
tires,
Keach
my
Jr.
guy.
And nobody else
no.
seems to be falling like a rock, Alicia. How did he do that? How was that possible 13 laps in? You're going backwards like this.
It's always possible he could have brushed the wall and gotten a little bit of damage, but I think he's been able to keep it clean. He's just been pushing extra hard, trying to make the most of his good starting position. And it's just so hot out there. There's no shade. There's no stopping on the turning, and it's just overheated those tires. Makes them extra slick and just a little bit less grippy. He's got to take a lap or two to let things cool back off, and then he'll be able to resume normal racing speed.
Look at this cat right here, Aiden Gould, moving up into the 7th spot. It's the Gooner. Had a really good run at Michigan, but once again bested by a teammate. Could tonight be his night? He won this race all the way back at season 1. He's a guy that'll be there at the end.
I could totally agree, man. Aiden's a wheel man over time. He's became that kind of guy that everybody kind of
Whoa,
watches
we got a
out.
spin!
Douglas
We got trouble.
Henry!
Douglas Henry's around.
It's the 66. Nobody else will run into the truck. Oh, man, that sucks to see. We got a replay ready to rock. Guys, what happened? Let's go ahead and take a look.
No, I've got Henry over the radio saying his rearview mirror was broken. He was not able to see. I think we're going to see a poor move here, and he's not able to check his mirror.
I mean, comes right across the nose of Matt Verdran. What causes that? How does your mirror end up broke? Now, we're going to go on board with Douglas Henry from the gyro cam. It's black for us. That's a graphic setting, so that's not on his end. If your mirror's broken, did he go into his driving aids, Alicia, and uncheck allow virtual mirror? And maybe his graphic settings is set to where he doesn't have the actual physical mirrors? I don't know.
There's a couple of different ways that you can disable mirrors, especially if you're really hurting for performance, because those mirrors take a lot of drawing performance from your graphics card. So tough to say what happened, or maybe just occasionally sometimes iRacing will kind of forget your preferences when you load back in, especially after an update. So really tough to say, but I know he didn't want something like that to happen, and he didn't want the spin to happen either.
Oh, he exits pit road. Let's go ahead and talk to the Mad Dog Motorsports driver. Douglas Henry, this is Noah and the Alicia's up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I got a copy.
All righty, Doug. We might have heard that you have a mirror issue. Can you give us more information on the issue?
Yeah, so I couldn't see my throttle or brake input, my mile an hour or my gear, and then my rear view mirror just disappeared. It was like a small little square at the top of the screen. But it's fixed now, so hopefully I can stay out of trouble.
Long fight back to the top, Doug, but if anybody can do it, it'll be you. We're going to send you back down.
Thanks.
We'll send back down the Power Racing Season 4 champion, Douglas Henry. Jacob Alicia, you got a Power Racing championship underneath your belt. Talk about how hard it is to be up front in PAL and then Frontier. We've seen Frontier start over half the field being PAL guys, and still now 4 seasons in, the drivers up front winning races 90% of the time have been PAL drivers, or drivers that won in PAL first.
Well, there's some major differences and some minor differences between the two, but one thing that really doesn't change is being smooth and consistent with the car. The drivers that are the quickest are able to get the most out of their cars because they're able to push that envelope just a little bit more than the others, because they can be smooth, they can operate well, they can push the car a little further without wearing out the tires and causing extra wear. I know a lot of the PAL guys have developed an extra special keen sense for that, because the O'Reilly's car, you can really stick the rear end out and slide through these corners. The trucks, not so much, so it's a little bit more reined in, which allows their skill to push through even more. That being said, there's a lot of guys out there that are really great, and you can see it's been a close field all night. Can't wait to see him go back out here to green and do some great racing.
Caution goes out of lap 16. We'll return racing coming to begin lap number 20. Mason Thompson had a 2-second lead. It's now only 8/10. Here comes Dylan Herberton on the outside. A good jump for him. He'll be on the door, Mason Thompson, as they go into turn 3. Through the dog leg, back onto the side straightaway, and now they're even. They're going to go to this final corner that ends with the start-finish line. Very unique track configuration here at New Phoenix, and Dylan Herberton leads by half a truck.
Yeah, I just want to point out, dude, the battles, dude, are crazy. I think this is the most exciting. Oh, we got one loose out of one. I don't know who that was. I just saw on your camera. Douglas Henry's having the dodge. I've been watching him kind of slice up through the field, man. I think that was the green, the 88 truck there.
And that's Chris Sawyer,
all the way
the
down,
88.
Chris.
And everybody looking for room on this dog leg. Blakely, you get as far out, fanned out as you can, and then you got to rejoin a ordinary racing surface into a hard braking zone. You go from 6 lanes to only a few, and around is Jordan Marion. Not sure who was involved with him. That might have been the 7 of Jaden Alexander. Yes, it is. Caution number 2.
Man, Jaden had a good run last week in Michigan. Here he is struggling a little bit.
Let's go ahead
and
take a look at the replay. Jaden Alexander all the way up at the top, and look at Jordan Marion trying to get back to the racing groove.
Ooh.
Above him is the 5 of Mickey Sondara. And I think actually Jaden is just going to be in the brakes, staying in the race service, so he's not really involved. He might give Jordan a little kiss there. But Jordan Marion looks like he comes up here.
Yeah, you were just talking about it right at this moment. You know, the big fan out all the way to basically an exit in the highway. You know, you got 4 lanes or 3 lanes on the highway, and also they're going to exit the one exit, and that's basically what's been Jordan tried to just room and didn't have.
You really have to trust those drivers around you, especially at a track where there's so much spacing out and then coming back together quickly. All you need is one moment of the spotter didn't tell you that you're 3 wide now, or just a misinterpretation of what's going on. You'll see that happening exactly. Even the pros do it sometimes. It's really, really difficult. Things are always changing quickly. Luckily, it didn't look like it was too bad for either driver that was involved there, so hopefully they can get right back into racing for position.
41 to 42 laps on fuel. We saw, looks like 18th through 24th pit lap 17. Most of them topped off with fuel. And now it seems Michael Boone, Chris Sawyer, and then, of course, Jaden Alexander, Douglas Henry all hit pit road. They're going to have extra fuel in the car as well. What kind of advantage does this give? This was a strategy we saw drivers winning off of last season.
The fuel strategy is always the hardest one to pin down. I ran a couple numbers here just a second ago. If these guys get 42 laps per tank, lap 28 is that golden number where if they make it to that lap and then pit for fuel, they're able to make it. We're at lap 25 and under caution. Drivers are getting good gas mileage under caution. If there's one more caution, they're going to be in position to cut out a pit stop, which is going to be major for their strategy implications. So I'm not surprised to see guys go and dive in and try to get ahead of that strategy. There's been 2 cautions early. That kind of breeds more cautions. So we'll probably be seeing more and seeing those strategies come into play.
Dylan Herventon ran out of fuel in a winning position last week. He wants to do better. He will lead the field into the restart zone. Got the lead from Mason Thompson. Will he be able to hang on to it?
Green, green, green.
We are back racing here at Phoenix. Really good jump. Not a good start for Mason Thompson. Dylan Herventon was able to get out in front, and he's brought Hunter East with him, who looks to the inside of the 52, and something I gripe about a lot on iRacing, if you know me, the guy that starts second, doesn't matter what kind of racing, what discipline, never, ever will have a good restart. They'll always be about 3rd or 4th place, and you can see Mason Thompson is figuring that one out the hard way. It's so hard to leave fairly in iRacing from the second lane without incurring an iRacing black flag.
Yeah, iRacing is just so strict with their ruling, as you would say, and it's such a disadvantage no matter what it is, like you said, Noah. Dirt racing, to me, is the worst because most of the time you're single file and you're right behind. So everybody behind you is just going to undercut you and go under you. But at least in NASCAR, you're double file. As Mason's going to try to make a move here, make it all the way 3 wide, he's probably at his quarter. Doing a hell of a job trying to stay in the fight as he had a horrible restart. And Aiden's finally in the mix, and here comes Matthew. Matthew didn't have a good start either in this race, and he's got to creeping his way up to the front.
Hunter East side by side with Dylan Herventon. Battle for the lead down the back straightaway, I guess you could call it. Here comes the Gooner to the outside. Herventon will re-clear. Gooner with the Rocky on the outside. He's trying to run down Herventon. Has he done a good job at saving tire here? Whereas Herventon, East, and Thompson have all been battling hard. That's something that Aiden has been having to work on in the trucks. He's really good at saving tire in the O'Reilly car for Pal Racing Tuesdays, but he's been a little lackluster in the truck. Maybe he has brought a new driving package for this season where he's going to try some new things, be a little bit more patient. It'll pay off. He goes to second.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't qualify amazing, but he qualified, top 10 and kind of stayed there for a while. And I think all of a sudden now he's turn the jets on here and try to get to the front, try to take the lead over, man. Clean air is such a huge deal. Alicia, I was going to ask you a question earlier, but why wouldn't most of these guys in the back just come for fuel? Why wouldn't the guys in the front come down for fuel? Is it because of track position or what's up with that? Why wouldn't everybody do that? Why?
Well, I think with how the strategy was playing out, the elimination of the pit stop was not guaranteed. I think if we were a few laps further and it was guaranteed that pitting for fuel would cut out a pit stop, I think everybody would have dove down. Now the guys that are in the back of the field that went in for fuel, they had way less to lose. So they're going from 20th place to 24th place. But if there's another caution here in a few laps, all the leaders now have to go back in the pit lane for fuel. They can stay out. They're going to be in the clear. They can shoot all the way up to the front while all the leaders come in for fuel.
Speaking of shooting to the front, here comes the Gooner shooting ropes for the top spot to the inside of Herventon. He'll have to get back in line, but that's a driver that's going to continue to chip away at Herventon. Not just the lead, not just trying to find clean air, but at Herventon's nerves. Aiden,
ooh,
it has helped him. He has a bad reputation for racing Dylan Herventon. Remember, all the way back in Season 2, the championship finale, Herventon, Gould, Legat, all battling for the chip, come to the final race. Aiden turns into a wrecking ball, and the tiebreaker he had with Herventon turned into a Matthew Legat championship victory. Herventon has to keep that in his mind, Blakely, when he races Gould. The Gooner is aggressive.
Yeah, a lot of drivers remember a lot of things, and obviously, if you got somebody else a championship, you're gonna remember that for life. So I mean, it's probably gonna be tamed right now. You know, most of these guys in-season bracket challenge and stuff like that, they don't really care about it. They know they're gonna move on. They're the top guy, unless of course they get wrecked. But you know, it's early in the season. We got a lot of weeks, and we also got a lot of weeks in PAL. And I think Dylan's racing too in PAL, if I'm not mistaken. So again, we got a lot of racing to come forward in the future here, and it's just gonna be stupid if we reckon somebody week 2 of Frontier when you got a lot of weeks ahead of you.
Mason Thompson trying to stay in the top 3, getting around Hunter East at the moment. They're side by side. Hunter had the run on exit, and look who's prowling in the 5th spot. Mr. Waffle House, league owner, 2-time champion of Frontier. It's Matthew Legat.
I'm not surprised to see Legat up high early in the race. Legat did an amazing job at the PAL All-Star race, showing up, winning his way in, and then winning the whole dang All-Star race. This guy knows Phoenix really, really well. I wouldn't bet against him.
Wreck of the back.
Oh, we got a spin here.
Mickey Sondara and Derek Stanley involved. These guys were battling hard before. No yellow. Now the yellow will fall. Remember, Mickey Sondara, Derek Stanley, they were racing hard around, I believe it was the Jaden Alexander, Jordan Marion incident. We just saw them being very physical at the beginning of the race. Blakely pulled out. Let's go ahead and take a look at the replay. Mickey Sondara in the 5. Derek Stanley clears up, and I mean, then he parks it on the nose of Sondara. What that is right there, I'm going to call it. That's not Mickey running him over. I mean, Derek jumps all the way to the top. Obviously, he wants to get the good run into the corner so he can have as much arc as he can. But he jumps in front of him, and there's only a few seconds to where he begins to let off. I think Mickey Sondara wanted to drive harder into the corner than Derek Stanley really allowed him. I mean, yeah, look, he's still pointed at the top. He's not trying to wreck Stanley. I think that's just two drivers coming together, Blakely.
Yeah, and I mean, he was pushing too, dude. I mean, he didn't even get his truck rotated, but I also think he was trying to avoid the wreck, so I really can't blame him for that. But man, he was driving hard. As a lot of guys coming down pit road, by the way. I'm surprised that the guys that, you know, did pit earlier came down still, other than the one and only Brett Murphy.
Brett Murphy, he will stay out. Is this a miss on the strategy as the rest of the field is down on pit road?
I think we're going to see a lot of guys taking tires here. It's about the end of the tire run anyway. So Brett's probably going to get eaten up a little bit here. But sticking to that original strategy, he might be able to conserve his tires and have a set for later in the race. Based on the way that we have it all set up, we've got 2 extra sets of tires. If you take a set now around lap 40 or so, you're going to have to probably take another set in another 42 laps when you run out of gas. So that puts you about lap 80 or so. So you've got to run out the rest of the race with those tires. But now Brett's in a position where maybe there's a caution in 20 laps. He puts on tires then, and then later in the race he can put on tires on, say, lap 100 and have way fresher tires than the rest of the guys. So he might be sort of paying a tire tax, you might think of it right now, where he's committing to this strategy now, and it's not going to help him a whole lot now. But he's saying, it's all right, boys, you can be the fastest car on lap 40. I'll be faster later in the race. We'll see how it works for him.
We do need to bring up, by the way, Brett Murphy pointed his way into the chase last season. He's been running in PAL since the inaugural race. So Brett Murphy, he knows how to succeed in this series. If he can't win, he finds the most amount of points on the table he can get. Into the restart zone, Brett Murphy, Jeremy Bro. First time we've seen him towards the front. Maybe he did fuel only. We'll have to see. Aiden Gould, Dylan Herbertson, Mason Thompson, Hunter East. Round out your top 3 rows. We're back racing here at Phoenix.
Well, he really struggled on that restart there. He's getting eaten up.
And I'm going to have to say I was right. He had only a fuel-only pit stop, did not take the tires. So he did what Brett Murphy did, but at least got the fuel. Meanwhile, Brett Murphy, his experience is showing he's able to hang on a little bit. He's in the 5th spot, but he's going to stay to the outside. I was going to say give these guys room. He crowded Mendonça a little bit there. And that has caused a massive bottleneck in your top 10 right now. Trucks are everywhere. And right now, Herbertson leads. Aiden Gould to his inside. We got a car spinning in the back.
Oh, a couple cars collected.
That was David
and more
Wright.
wrecking. Oh.
Race control still has not thrown the yellow. It just come out now.
Jordan
Race
just hit the back of the 88.
Stop. You're gonna make my mustache fall off. The first truck I saw around was David Wright. It was off the nose, guys, of Douglas Henry, and I don't know what happened after that. Lane Myers was involved. Brody Cummings, Michael Boone. Let's just go ahead and take a look at the replay and start from there. Keep an eye. 42, new scheme for David Wright. Douglas Henry all the way up his inside. Merrily, ooh, does David Wright come down? Yes, he does. I mean, Doug even has his left tires over the yellow line, and still David Wright unaware he's there. Backs into the 16 truck. That's Michael Alfaro making his first start of the season. Looks like Derek Stanley gets into the 27. These guys are kind of arca-breaking each other. Alicia, you just mentioned it. Race control late to throwing the yellow. That might be the reason we see some extra cars wrecking here. I'm going to go on board. This is Michael Boone. We have the camera on right now. And the 15 wrecking in front of him. I think you're right about Jordan Marion running him over. Let's see what the nose cam of Jordan Marion shows. Blakely. Oh, okay. 10-4.
That's what I was laughing at.
Blakely, walk us through this nose cam of Jordan Marion.
Dude, I have no clue what everybody was thinking behind this. I see smoke. I start stopping, and these guys are just rolling. I will say Jordan was braking, but not as hard as these guys right in front of the wreck. I don't even know what the 11 was doing. I mean, Brody, I'm going to be honest, bro. What are we doing? We are hauling ass in the fucking one. Holy shit.
He might not even know. I mean, let's go ahead. Brody Cummings is wearing a helmet camera. What does he see? Well, he's not back into the throttle, but he's definitely not locking it down either. But I will say we're all guilty of this. Maybe we do it in officials more than we do it in, let's say, leagues, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. If the yellow's not out, you look at a bunch of wrecking race cars going spots, spots, spots. If the yellow's not out and there's a wreck in front of you, sometimes you go, I don't want to lose valuable track position and time to the car in front of me. That might have been the issue.
True. That is true, and I can see the logic behind that with the late caution. Definitely can see that.
I think that turn itself, too, is a really difficult one to get woed up on. There's so little banking, and you really have to run it on the limit of the tire grip, so you can either stomp on the brake and spin yourself out or try to just coast through it and hope you're able to miss the wreck. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can really do in that turn.
Alrighty, Hurwitz and Gould, your top two. We're back racing at Phoenix. Everybody, fresh tires and fuel. We're back at it. Gould, really bad restart on the outside. Once again, he drops 2 spots, and he checked out that entire outside line.
I know there's a lot of drama about restarts in the last race, Noah. At the pre-race meeting, I even heard talk about specifics on race restart rules. So it was something that was addressed by the league. Maybe that was something that was in his mind. He wanted to make sure things started smoothly and maybe overdid it.
3 wide, Brett Murphy, Matthew Legat. In between the pair is a 72. That's Tasty Hasty. Mike Hasty races and Powell comes over to Frontier. He's moving his way through that pack. He was just outside the top 10, right around 15th. Now he's trying to make a run towards the top 5. And he has Joshua Gayman right in front of him. What the fuck is on the side of Gayman's car? That's some Gayman
Don't worry
shit.
about it.
Anime? What the hell? Get that Costco
I know Hunter
fuck
Reese gets
outta
a Hardy
here.
on it.
Yeah. Hunter Reese is going to help push him if he puts some anime on the back of his car when we get the super speedways. Oh, 20. That's 77. Robert Keats Jr. finds the wall, but hey, he's rebounding. He's 11th right now.
At this point, folks, the professionalism is coming right off.
iRacing
Dude, he is-
alcohol, the beautiful mix of both. We're getting wasted, and right now, Hunter East, he's about to feast. Ricky Mendonça, he's in third. Aiden Gould trying to get spots back.
The Gooner is an absolute weapon and always will be in my eyes. And but he's keeping it clean so far. Dylan with the cursed Hawaiian roll. I told him I was gonna make a quote about this stupid scheme because he sped on pit road. Well, technically speed. He ran out of fuel. He did the opposite of speeding.
3 wide.
There's 3 wide behind him. So yeah, he ran out of fuel on the probably most cursed paint scheme for Denny Hamlin ever, and he's still gonna run it like an idiot.
Well, he doesn't look like an idiot right now. P1, and he's got some hungry hippos behind him. All these
Like
guys
Hunter's.
are fighting hard. The biggest of the hippos, Hunter East, in the 4th spot. He'll give up 3rd to the horniest of the hippos, Aiden the Gooner Gould. And right in front of them is probably the most based hippo. If there's a moto, it's Ricky Mendonça. He goes into 2nd.
Alicia, never mind. I'm not gonna ask that question.
I'm just holding back the giggles, guys. Don't mind me.
I was just gonna ask you 1 out of 10, would you let him hit? But never mind.
Oh,
Let
man.
who hit?
The moto in the field.
Moto.
But anyways, we're on track battle. I want to know, Mason. Oh my God! Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. Mason was loose before the caution, so that man is burning up some tires, and it looks like he's driving the same way right now. So that man is on a mission to burn some tires right now, and honestly, I don't even know how he's doing it because everybody else is running faster than him. I'm very confused because he was loose. I'm gonna tell you right now. Also, Game Man has Kirkland on the back of his truck. So, oh, Matthew making a move, but yeah, he has Kirkland on the back of his truck. That caught me off guard. I'm like, what's?
Robert Keach doing his best to try to get by Gaiman here, and Gaiman has a little bit of a wiggle trying to get into that transition. He's going to have to give up that spot.
Inside to Matt Verdran. I thought he was getting out of the way there, Alicia. He's running the fence like we're at a dirt track. I don't think it's working out, but then again, Douglas Henry right behind him. He's tracking the outside, almost makes contact with Matt Verdran. Look at the rebound the Hammer is having. He is whacking nails into boards here at Phoenix.
Oh, and Keach touches the wall there on the exit. That's going to give Henry and Gaiman another chance here to get caught back up. That high line's definitely an unusual one through those corners, but it absolutely can work on these hot days where it's so slick.
Yeah.
I'm just not convinced right now, Blakely.
Convinced that what the top line's not working, or?
Yeah, that was my segue to giving you the microphone.
Well, I'm just making a statement that the top line is definitely not working.
Okay.
Also, just want to
we
know,
agree.
Aiden is trying to set. Aiden has been trying to set up Ricky for the past like 3 laps, and he has failed. So, I'm getting
Tasty,
fucked up right now, I'm
hasty,
not gonna lie.
Matthew Leggett, 7th and 6th. That's a battle right now. Hasty kind of going backwards at the moment. He was looking on the outside of the top 5. Now he'll lose some time to Leggett. But your top 5 all within a second. This is beautiful.
It can get
Yeah,
really tough to pass here once everybody gets single file. You'll see some guys stick a nose out here and there. But as soon as they start to do that and start battling, then the guys in front get to pull away, and the guys behind get even hungrier to get by you and the guy that you're trying to pass. So it's real tough. Real tough.
For sure, as Aiden is finally trying to make that pass completed. He's been working on it for about 5 laps as he's going to finally clear him. And Mason Thompson's also going to try to make a move on him. Try to take advantage of Ricky here. Like a call it. Never mind. Let me stop saying.
We're coming up.
Let me stop.
Okay. Alicia?
Coming up to lap 58 here. These guys all came in for fuel last around 37. So we're probably looking around lap 80 or so. Probably the max that these guys are going to do. We're halfway through this stint. Most of these guys are on the new tire. There's a couple of guys that pit a lot earlier that are on older tires and have been sliding back. As long as they can stay on the lead lap and there's another caution before the end of the race, they're going to be sitting prettier than everybody else.
Matthew Legat, 6th right now. I'm still having a battle Mendonça. Mike Hasty, 3/10 off of him. And Hunter East about to lose a spot. Guys, we're coming up on lap 60. This is a new segment for Frontier Truck Tour. It's lap 60. That means it's Tito's time. I'm going to start jugging a bottle of Tito's this entire lap on board with
Oh,
me
wait.
here.
Oh, we got a big wait. Let me go get one. Oh, we got a caution.
Damn it! Damn it! Matt has ruined lap 60 Tito time. What happened to Matthew Legat? That is huge.
He went hard into the wall, Noah. That was pretty bad.
And that truck is destroyed. Let's take a look at the replay.
Oh, man, he's done.
Dives to the inside of Mendonça, gets into the brakes. It looks good. Now what goes wrong? Mendonça dumps him. Wow. Oh, maybe does he come up? You guys be the judge of it. We're going to have to look at this manually. Let's grab Ricky Mendonça and go back and watch this manually.
Yeah, you're going to have to go his hood cam here. I think he came up a little bit, but Ricky could give him a little bit of room. It is lap 60 of Tito lap, you know what I mean? You kind of ruined that. Kind of a little pissed off, but it's okay. They kind of both came down and up.
Oh,
man.
That's some really close racing for lap 60, and that's a really tough turn to really race closely with because both of those lines converge out to the wall, so you got to give a little bit more space, I feel like.
Well, let's go ahead and ask him, Matthew Legat. Legat, knowing the Jacobs up at the booth, you got a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, walk us through what happened there from your point of view.
Yeah, Ricky kind of threw a late block on me off 2. And I dove back below him for 3 and 4. And I felt like I, left plenty of room. I just ended up in the outside wall, so.
Alrighty, Matthew Legat blatantly lying in his interview. We're going to send the lean owner back up to his call. Jacobs, you guys tell me, man. I think he could give a little bit more, put a little bit more blame on himself. I don't think it's 100% his fault. I don't think it's 100% Mendonça's fault, but I don't know. I don't think it goes one way or the other. It's got to be a mix of both.
I can agree it's a mix of both, and I mean, that's my best bud right there, you know what I mean? So I can guarantee you right now, it's hard racing for lap 60. It's Tito lap. We're here to have some fun. We're not having fun when we're racing that hard. I mean, it is fun to race real hard, rock hard, but it's not fun to be wrecking hard. And that's what they just did. It was just a racing incident. He can take the blame off of Ricky and kind of put it on himself too. As we're going green, boys, going green.
Oh, but issues on the bottom line. I see a little bit of a checkup back here, just past 20th. But Mendonça, really good launch. He's trying, that's Mason Thompson trying to get to Dylan Hermanson.
Someone's in the wall. Someone's in the wall.
Feemster.
Oh, shit.
Jaden Alexander, Kevin Feemster, and Michael Alfaro involved. All 3 trucks are destroyed. Oh, no. Let's take a look at the replay.
Someone got sent into the inside wall and bounced back up into these guys.
Here we go. All
Tough
3
break.
trucks involved right there in frame. 16 of Michael Alfaro. Oh, it starts with the 17 coming up into the 76 of Derek Stanley.
Oh.
Bounce off the inside wall. Huge hit. Oh, no. On board with Kevin Feemster. We're going to watch this at full speed. I think he tries to jump. Oh, the contact. Brakes
man.
fully locked. Oh.
I think
Okay,
they just
Blakely.
tried to put 4 trucks where only 3 would fit there, Noah.
Blakely, I know you swallowed about 6 hot dogs before you came up to the booth. You need to look away if you can't handle your lunch, buddy, because it's about to come up. On board with Alfaro. He does not know this is coming. Oh!
No. Oh! Dude, he's dead.
Jaden Alexander, innocent bystander.
Yeah, poor Jane had a good run last week, just trying to survive tonight, not making his drop week, and can't do anything about that right there. Actually, his truck's not even that damaged. I don't know what iRacing just did there.
Oh no, that was gnarly. And that gives us another restart. Dylan Herviton went down pit road, lap 37, is yet to hit it again. Guess what, guys? Aaron Warren, he pit lap 60. He's still about 10 laps shy of making it to the end of the race, but he leads Brett Murphy, Joshua Gayman, Ricky Wentworth Jr. making his return, Derek Stanley, and Mickey Sondara. All those guys are only 10 laps shy of making it to the end of the race, and I wonder if they have fresh tires as well. Dylan Herbertson leads your leaders, and it looks like he's already trying to save fuel. Look at everybody down here saving fuel.
I think those guys that pitted for the tires are going to make a huge push at the start of this restart here and try to get their track position early. Any caution within those 10 laps that you were saying means everybody's coming back in to top off on fuel and get fresh tires again. So they want to cover their bets as best as possible and get up there quickly.
Mike Hasty in the 4th position, outside 2nd row. Mason Zobson will have to start from the 2nd spot. It has not been good for that driver. Let's go on board and see what he sees into the restart zone. He's still just hanging on the door of Herberton. He'll encroach a little bit closer. And I mean, look at the launch the bottom line gets. And that's even going to put Aiden Gould to his inside.
Yeah, he didn't even get a good start there. He had a horrible start, and Hunter's going to take advantage of it and eat. He's going to feast on that.
Cars in the back! How did we save it? Did you guys see that at the top of your screen? Phenomenal driving out of the field to hang on to it. We look back towards the front. Aiden Gould inside of Mason Thompson, trying to hang on to that 3rd spot. Mason up top. Hunter East 3 wide bottom for 2nd. Man, we are racing here at Phoenix. And by the way, nobody is good to the end on fuel.
Man,
No,
I've seen
but
some
I kind of want to backtrack.
in the back. Sorry, Blakey, go ahead.
No, I was going to backtrack to the strategy that let's see, Brett Murphy and was it Jeremy? Dude, they still got a set, I'm pretty sure here, Noah and Alicia, if I'm not mistaken here. So they just took their first set of the race. Am I wrong?
You may be correct on that. I've kind of been leaning on Alicia to track some of that stuff, being the only sober guy in the booth. But ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to lap number 70. This will be Tito's lap number 70. I'm going to chug a whole bottle of Tito's as Dylan Herviton completes this lap.
Oh, no. Noah.
It's fine. I'll finish my beer.
Well, we got a car sideways. Oh, he hung on to it. I think that might have been, is that Derek Stanley? No, that was Joshua Gayman, I believe, that just cooked it sideways through 2. Was able to hang on to it, but those are gonna light up the tires.
That was absolutely terrible and disgusting, and I never want to do another Tito's lap again. Oh, Tito's is terrible. I should have just got Everclear. Hunter East, he's trying to get himself Everclear at Dylan Herviton. He gets back in line, trying to battle for that top spot. On board with the feast, Hunter East, the fattest on the circuit, but one of the quickest. Wrecking in the back! It's David Wright once again. David Wright of the 42. That might be the race ender for the Frontier Truck Tour veteran. He won the Dega Dash back in season 1. Let's take a look at the replay, guys. Mickey Sondara may have been involved according to the incident sheet. rips the 5, and there's nowhere for David Wright to go. Mickey Sondara, remember when he slightly got into the back of Jordan at the beginning of the race? I don't know if Chris Sawyer kind of doing the same thing, just not ready for Mickey to break that early. I really want to think Chris Sawyer could have done a little bit more there, guys. You be the judge of it. But otherwise, it's unfortunate for David Wright either way.
All I know is he dumped his shit. That's all I know. He absolutely ran him over.
Dylan Herviton once again staying out. So does Ricky Mendonça. Mason Thompson hit pit road, guys, with Hunter East. Stephen James down there.
In strategy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a big split in strategy. Mendonça stays out. Herviton stays out. I think they're banking on another caution before the end of this race so that they can get fresh tires super close to the end of the race and have that speed at the end. With cautions being all over the place, it's probably going to be more about track position. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
I'll say it. I'm really not a fan of this strategy right here. I mean, your tires are so old. You still aren't good to the end on fuel. The only person I want to keep my eye on is actually Joshua Gayman. He pit on lap 60 for fuel. He only needed to save 12 laps of fuel. You have 5 cautions since he pit. I think actually we've only had 2 or 3, but if we get to 5, it might be enough. And if anything, he just has to do a splash and go. He's saving an extra set of tires. Joshua Gayman might be the best driver to have a good outcome of these, I believe, 7 drivers that stayed out? But
certainly up. Yeah, I think you're right, Noah. These guys are all kind of splitting together in different strategies. It's going to be a strategy race to see who can get their car up at the front with the best tires at the end. And I mean, there's a whole lot of different scenarios that can come together to make this happen. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see how this finishes, especially if the cautions come out between now and the finish.
All righty, Dylan Herviton, Ricky Mendonça, Ronnie Lane, Joshua Gayman, Lane Myers, Jeremy Burrow, and Chris Sawyer, as well as Michael Boone. Your top 4 rows have all stayed out. Everybody else behind, fresh tires, full tank of fuel. We're back racing at Phoenix. It's about to get hairy. That's Chris Sawyer, the 88.
Oh my God.
Chris Sawyer.
Hunter East immediately on the comms. They're taking fault for this caution here, Noah.
Chris Sawyer pit on lap 60. He's not one of those guys that are on super old tires, but still, there's a difference between lap 60 tires and lap 73 tires. Let's take a look. On board with Hunter East. You said he took the blame. You can see there, he's leaving tons and tons of space, but then he throttles up when maybe he sees the leaders launch. Maybe he got a countdown from somebody he's in a call with, but Chris Sawyer was not going.
Yeah, Chris wasn't even going.
Guys, Race Control has just issued Hunter East an EOL penalty, citing the new restart rules that were talked about in the pre-race.
Right there, that's a jump, guys. Even if you're the dude who's restarting in like the, call it the 9th position, that's a jump. Hunter East will have to serve an EOL. So he's going to come down, top off fuel, and get tires. Of course, he has to fix some nose damage. Look at the nose of that car, guys. It's all smashed in. That is a significant blunder to have on lap 77 out of 112, Blakely.
Yeah, that's a tough break there for him, and honestly, as one of the race controls, I'm not giving him a break either because that was kind of obvious. I will give him credit, though, where credit is due here, okay? He did not go, but you can't run the guy over. You got to be aware about your surroundings. That's kind of the reason why we had a couple cautions earlier this race, not aware, running into people, coming back off the dog leg. So, we got a lot of work to do in this league. I'm not gonna lie. We got a lot of work. I'm also feeling really good right now, Noah. I'm not gonna lie.
You're feeling like Joshua Gayman, who's going to restart from the first spot. And
Yeah, this is scary.
how much
Oh, wait.
fuel has he realistically saved?
I don't know, but is that Aaron Warren? Is that the GOAT?
That is the GOAT, Aaron Warren.
Yeah, hold on.
Wait, I don't know why he's there. According to timing and scoring, he should not be there.
Yeah, he's being timed 24th spot right now, Noah.
Aaron
Not really sure
Warren
what's going on with
scored
iRacing.
one lap down, but iOverlay says he's 24th one lap down. I'm guessing in the iRacing actual session, he's P2. We'll see when we take the green. Aaron Warren, this is like an old school 80s, 70s restart where they put the lap cars up front. I don't know. We're back racing. We'll just have to see how iOverlay and iRacing communicate here. But Joshua Gayman out on point. Jeremy Burlew, this first career start for the 74. He's on his tailgate. There's Brett Murphy. Robert Keese Jr. still in this race. Aiden Gould 5th. Of course, Aaron Warren physically 4th on the track. We don't know if that's correct. His timing and scoring is telling us no.
Oh, I've got confirmation from iRacing. He is scored in 24th place accurately, so not really sure how he ended up there. But we're just going to have to roll with it. He's hoping for a quick caution so he can get that lap back.
You guys
Whoa.
can agree with me. Fuck it. Let Aaron Warren do it. He's the one guy that at least deserves a little bit of it. He can do it. He gets the pass, as we say in the hood. Right, Jacob?
I don't know. I gotta ask Ronnie Lane that one. Gotta ask Ronnie.
Oh, brother.
Robert Keese Jr. stuck on the outside, going backwards. That got tight. Mason Thompson in contact with
That's what she
Tasty
said.
Hasty. They're 3 wide coming out of, that's technically turn 2, down the side straightaway. But how about this? The gay man, Joshua, P1. Does he have enough fuel to go to the ends?
Man, is it going to be super close? He's hoping probably for more caution so he can hold that track position, keep those guys with fresher tires back there, and keep conserving the fuel that he so desperately needs.
Aiden Gould
I don't know,
side
it's
by
gonna be-
side with Brett Murphy right now. Brett Murphy will take 3rd, Blakely.
Yeah, I was just about to talk about the fact that Aiden is on his way to the front. That's going to be really hard to keep these guys in the back that are fast, especially when Aiden is on the move. Brett Murphy, I'm pretty sure that was his 2nd set of tires he took now, so he has, I don't think any, I'm pretty sure. I could be very wrong. I'm pretty drunk, so I could be pretty wrong. But Brett Murphy is putting on a show right now for the points, and he's doing pretty good. This is why, right here, why he pointed his way in the chase last year. Right here. This is the bullshit he did.
Well,
And it
remember when we were talking about him at the beginning of this race, Alicia, he stayed out to have an extra set. Is that set still on the wall? Did he hold this strategy?
If he's got those extra tires, he's another guy that's hoping for caution so he can go and get them soon. That time to pit is right about now. Everyone's got those fresh tires that were on the extended strategy of pitting around 40 and then 80. So he's going to be in an advantage if there's any up-and-coming cautions, just as much as Joshua Gayman is.
Mike Hasty on the way backwards right now. Got passed by Brett Murphy and Aiden Gould. Here comes Mason Thompson to his inside. It looks like Tasty Hasty is just overdriving the corner a little bit. We saw going down to the final turn here with the flag stand. He forced his nose back to the middle. Now he might rotate a bit better, but still not as low as I think he should be. And Mason Thompson will get around him. Meanwhile, up front, Joshua Gayman being flanked by Aiden Gould and Jeremy Burlew. We don't know much about Jeremy. First time we've talked to him. That's not even how you pronounce his name, but when you're in a Taco Bell truck, you demand respect. He sits 3rd, Aiden Gould, now making the pass for the lead.
I don't think Josh is going to have anything for him. Aiden's going to have that tire advantage and just sweep right by.
Do we know if Joshua also has set on the wall? He might. I have no clue if he does.
Not sure if we've tracked that or not. Maybe we'll send our pit reporter to go ask the crew chief. We'll put Jacob Blakely on that to go seek out that information. But he's still holding off Aiden Gould at the moment. Aiden hasn't really made quick work of him.
I think Aiden maybe knows he's got the fresh tires. He doesn't have to push. He's going to have to hang on to those tires for the rest of his stint. So there's no point in burning them up when he knows eventually Joshua's going to have to concede the point. Another car that I've been keeping an eye on is that 67 of Dylan Herverton. He's been leading this race for the better part of it. But now with how strategy's laid out, he is back in 12th place, and I don't see him making a ton of progress. I know he stayed out and is hoping for another caution to get on those fresh tires, but this might come back to bite him.
Joshua Gayman side by side with Aiden Gould, somehow still hanging on. What's the word, Blakely? You went down there and talked to the crew chief. What's going on in the 61 camp?
So I talked to the 61 camp and I talked to the 64 camp, and yes, confirming they do both have a set of tires on the wall ready to be used when a caution comes out.
64 camp being Brett Murphy. Hey, we talked about it, right? That's how you get yourself pointed into the chase. If you can't always be up front for the lead, if he's missing just a few hundredths of a second from being the pole sitter and being the race winner, but somehow gets himself in the top 10, top 5, you got to do it all for strategy. Brett Murphy is proving he is a very smart driver here in the Frontier Truck Tour. Meanwhile, Tasty Hasty is finally making his way back into the top 3. He is passing Jeremy.
We keep talking strategy, Noah. It's so hard to tell what the future's going to hold. I was expecting some more quick cautions like we've been seeing for most of this race. And now guys are getting strung out. The longer we go, the less likely a caution is to occur. There's going to be a lot of guys that are going to be stuck on the track that need to take a late pit stop for a gas and go. So those with that latest pit stop are going to be sitting pretty.
We still don't know who the winner of this race is going to be. We can't say Aiden has completely locked it in. With the amount of cautions that we've had, we don't know who else deeper in the field is going to make a charge. Reminder, guys, he took an EOL. He is already back up to 6th. He pit on lap 77. Did he take tires that lap, or has he been able to save enough to just drive his way through the field the way he is? Hunter East, the Feast, P6.
Yeah, I don't know how Eric Hartman did this, but low-key, like, he's kind of wheeling the crap out of his car. Eric Hartman, dude, he's absolutely a beast, man. He's feasting it up right now, coming from the back to the front. I think he put a set of tires on, too, but I think he's driving really hard to get track position. Because he's in the back of everybody's mind. I think cautions are going to come.
You make a really good point, Jacob. I'm going to go ahead and chug the rest of this apple pie moonshine as we sit on lap 95 coming to 96. Find something to talk about. I got to drink this.
No, I can confirm that on lap 74. Hunter did come in and get tires, and then immediately after was that caution where he did get the EOL. So he is on fresh rubber, and he is able to slice and dice his way through the field because of that.
Everybody does love some fresh rubber. Nobody likes to use rubber. Everybody doesn't like use rubber. Love you some rubber.
I've never used rubber personally, but somebody that's putting rubber down right now. This guy has a hammer swinging between his legs. It's Douglas the Hammer Henry. 8th spot right now, battling Brett Murphy for 7th. What a rebound this driver has been on.
Yeah.
Trouble early, and Henry's been able to fight his way up now, trying to compete for 7th place. He and Murphy are looking pretty strong together, but I know Henry wants to get up there and win this thing and not just be happy with the top 6.
Yeah, Doug's the big dog when it comes to that, you know, with his big old hammer. I'm gonna be honest right now. Dylan Herberton, very surprising. He's 6 seconds all the way up from first. He's kind of, I don't know what he's doing there. He's just chilling out in 11th, hanging around. I don't know if he's saving tires because that is his last set, I'm pretty sure, or what. But maybe banking on a caution just like Brett. But again, he's in 11th. He hasn't gained any position, so he's kind of stuck now. So Dylan had a hell of a race, but I can kind of write him off and say he ain't going to win it. As Douglas is now going to try to make a pass on Brett here. And again, or he did make the pass. Again, though, Brett and Game Man, they're both praying for a caution. And I'm pretty sure Jeremy up here in 6th place in the 74 truck, I think he also has a set. I didn't go down there and pit report on that team, but I'm pretty sure he also has a set, and he's following Brett in the footsteps. Mason trying to make a side-by-side battle.
I will bring this up real quick, Blakely. Jeremy, whatever the fuck, and Joshua Gayman, teammates. They're more than likely on the same strategy, sharing information right now. Hey, how do you feel right now? My tires feel like this. Do you see anything happen around you? Well, these guys are side-by-side. They might wreck. Okay, keep me posted. When two teammates try out the same, I would say, different strategy than what you would typically see, kind of a riskier strategy, they're going to be leaning on each other a lot in that call, whether they're just trying to ask for information or getting real-time data on what they should be doing with the truck. I always feel better when I have a teammate that's running the same strategy as me.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more there.
Yeah?
It's very, very comforting to know that, hey, somebody else is with you, man. And as somebody who's helped crew chief like Matt and stuff like that and Charlotte races and shit like that, it's I get other people to start doing the same thing, and it kind of works out for them unless the caution comes out. But again, their strategy is strictly off. Is there a caution? I'm going to put the jinx out there because I'm really good at it, but I don't think there's going to be a caution, wink, wink, if you know what I mean.
Well, so 10 laps to go, Jacob. We see the closest battle on track, closest to the front. Mason Thompson, Mike Hasty battling for third. If Mason could clear him, he's going to be just about a second and a half back. You have done it! How did you do it? Wow! Jacob Blakely, the king of jinxing. Jacob is like a magician, but instead of pulling the rabbit out of the hat, he finds another way to pull the hat out of the rabbits. That was phenomenal. Brett Murphy was involved. We were just talking about him. He was having a really good strategy. Derek Stanley wants to get involved in another yellow. Both those guys had to clinch the chase last season on points alone. Let's see what happens. Derek Stanley catching Brett Murphy. Stanley all the way to the bottom of the dog leg. Comes up. Oh, Brett Murphy made contact with the wall. What happened there? On board Brett Murphy. Did he clip the wall here and get what happened? He's not turning the wheel enough, and then he turned what? Alicia, break that down.
Well, I heard over the radio that he did get loose coming through that. Oh man, coming through there and just bounced right off the wall. The tires are old. The track's still hot and slick. That's just a real tough one. I don't know if maybe it was a lack of concentration there at the moment, but a tough break for him.
We were talking about how Brett Murphy is a driver that points his way into the chase. Had a great strategy going for him. He makes a mistake and gets Derek Stanley involved. Derek Stanley cannot catch a break. He's been involved in a few yellows so far today, same as Robert Keach Jr. What did that do to the field, guys? Aiden Gould, Mike Hasty, Mason Thompson, Hunter East, Douglas Henry, Gary Smoke, Lane Myers, who makes his return, all stay out. They're good till the ends. And then the race off of pit road was won by none other than Matt Vordran, a really good short track racer. Just behind him, Joshua Gayman with his teammate Jeremy Brulute. Then your pole sitter, Dylan Herbertson, 11th. Ricky Mendonça, Brandon Meyer, Stephen James, Ronnie Lane, your top 15. Guys, Aiden Gould might be able to win this race again. You're defending Phoenix winner. 6-lap shootout to decide who returns to victory lane and Arizona. Aiden Gould, Tasty, Mike Hasty, Mason Thompson, The Feast, Hunter East, Douglas, The Hammer Henry, Gare Bear, Gary Smoke, your top 3 rows. We got some guys that are fast that are up here. Others that have hit the strategy right. 6-lap shootout. Aiden Gould, can he get it done? Can Mike Hasty get his first career win? Mason Thompson, he'll spoil the show. Green flag is up. Green flag is out. We're back racing here at Phoenix. Great jump for the inside. Hasty will go backwards. Aiden Gould clear by 2/10. Look at the field behind. Wow!
Oh my God, Dylan!
That's Herviton. Herv the perv to the inside. Jumps up. Gets third. Wow!
What a move!
That was masterclass. Blocks Gay Man. He'll get Carl Edwards. Gay Man sideways.
He hang on to it. How do you do
How
that?
are we still green? No! Gary Smoke hip checks. Gets turned, and now the yellow comes out. Gary
They're
Smoke.
still
Oh
wrecking.
no! What
son
the
of a-
fuck? Holy shit in a handbasket. Wow. Brett Murphy involved. Mickey Sondora. I thought we saved it, and then we didn't, and then we did, and then we didn't again. Aaron Warren involved. Stephen James hits pit road. He's pissed. He'll bring it to any of the pit boxes and call it a night. Michael Boone to the 15. Where do we even go? Who should we even click on first, guys? I have no idea.
I think it all starts with Herviton on the 67, Noah, but moves on the old tire guys, and nobody wants to give. It's the last couple of laps.
I apologize to everybody watching. We have to go look at this the old-fashioned way. We did not get a single incident report for that wreck. Sometimes iOverlay
Insanity.
freaks out a little bit. So let's
Well, that's
go
a little
grab
bit
Dylan Herviton here. All the way to the inside. Makes it work. Look what happens behind him.
That's after the yellow's out there, Noah. That's the
you're
preview.
right.
That's the lap following.
Okay, here we go. Let's go Joshua Gayman in the 61 on board. I'm sorry that you guys have to see this. We have to look at it this way because of iOverlay and the incident report. So here we go. Manual viewership. He comes up. He saves the truck. It appears he does. But Gary Smoke, he's just going into the corner. And is it a hip check? No, he comes off of Matt Fordran. Matt Fordran sends Gary Smoke into Joshua Gayman. The 69 gets collected. Gary gets turned. It's not over. Mendonça comes down. Nope. Where are we looking? Oh, the 15 truck comes up across the 77. Guys, we have so much to look at here. Blip cam. Let's pay attention to the 15 of Michael Boone. Again, remote viewing manually. There's some glare on the truck. The green and black truck of the 15 of Michael Boone down to the inside. He bounces off the pit road wall. Wow.
You
Wow.
gotta be kidding me.
We keep wrecking all the way down the back straightaway. And just like Season 1's trip to Phoenix, Alicia, a green-white checkered with Aiden Gould out front.
I don't know what we're going to see here, but I smell an Aiden Gould victory. These guys get 3 chances at a green-white checker, but he's up front, and a lot of the guys on fresh tires just got a lot of damage from that event there. If there's anyone that's going to make a push and try to make this happen, it's that 74 of Jeremy Baralt. We'll see how these guys handle it.
Aiden Gould, Mason Thompson. Again, Mason, he has to do something spectacular from that outside because if you start second place in a green-white checkered, you might as well pack it up. He needs to try to get a good launch. Douglas Henry, Mike Casey, the next row. We're back racing. If we make it back to the flag stand, we'll end under green flag conditions. Just like last
Dylan.
week, we get a green-white checkered. That's the 74 we're wrecking behind. Hunter East will go around, but I saw the 74 of Jeremy Bro around first, collects Hunter East. Let's grab a replay. Oh, the 74 comes down. Hunter East blinks out there, but we get the gist of it. Here we go. Watch it. Hunter East dives all the way to the inside. That's legal. The 74 comes down and comes across the nose of the 9. Herventon saves it. Wow. But Hunter East ends up around.
I
Guys,
wonder
just
if that's
wanna
going
know-
to draw the ire of the officials because Hunter East dove down to that inside line before the start-finish line, and that is
Really?
And
something
Dylan.
that they brought up in the drivers' meeting beforehand, that you were not permitted to dive down before the start-finish line. It was very close, but he was much lower than everyone else really early there.
Ooh, but do you call that diving down to the inside there, or is he following the racing line? He's still on the bottom line, guys. I don't think he crossed the yellow.
I don't know, but Dylan was pretty obvious.
Yeah,
He
Herbertson
more
was behind him
obvious.
and even lower.
The Tito's aftertaste is hitting hard right now. It actually kind of tastes like an onion.
Like a red onion, or?
I don't fucking know. Aiden Gould out front. Let's talk to him. Where the fuck's the Gould at? All the way down here.
Aiden Boyer and the boys in the booth.
Take it away, Jacob.
Aiden, it's fucking retard and the boys in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, Aiden, you're in front. Did a hell of a job. Are you excited about these cautions or nah?
No. Tell them to stop wrecking.
Well, I can't do that since they're kind of going for it all, kind of laying their nuts on the dash. So I can't
been
really
causing
tell them
the
to
most?
stop.
Oh,
Everybody.
Aiden,
All
let's
right, get 'em
we'll
all off
say
the
this.
track.
Aiden, we'll say this real quick before we go green. You were in this position all the way back in season 1, a green-white checkered starting P1. You just have to get a good launch to win this race.
Yeah, but also hopefully they door each other and not wreck because they're on tires. I'm still on old tires, so hopefully they just race for second at this point. I can just scoot.
Alrighty, we'll send him back down. Hopefully he can just race this one out. Ladies and gentlemen, restart green-white checkered number 2. Aiden Gould, Mason Thompson, Douglas Henry, Mike Hasty, Dylan Hermanson, Lane Myers, your top 3 rows. Aiden Gould needs a good launch. Mason Thompson, he almost needs to try to jump it. Douglas Henry right there to capitalize. Mike Hasty in the picture as well. Will we make it back to checkered? We are back racing at Phoenix. Here we go.
Mason had a great restart there for second place wise, and everybody else kind of fanning out again. Hopefully everybody can keep it straight, and we did!
Wow.
We did
Look
it,
at
boys.
Dylan Hermanson go. 3 wide middle, trying to look like Jesse Love. Doesn't work out. We are wrecking.
Wreck, huge wreck. Everyone's involved.
Guys, we are still green. We're going to end under green flag conditions.
No, this is yellow. Yellow's come out. They threw the yellow.
They threw it in time.
One more green white.
Oh,
One more green white.
wow. Tasty Hasty restarted third, involved in that wreck. Let's grab a replay. We're going to be far back here a little bit. Let's fix that real quick, guys. Again, iRacing just kind of being difficult with us. So what happens here? Look at Hermanson. Look what he does. It's a signature move. Gets all the way to the low side. What goes wrong? Oh, excuse me. This is the wrong lap. Let's grab the correct lap again. Sorry, guys, for looking at this, but we have to do it this way.
116, Noah, lap 116.
We got it now. Thank you. I believe contact begins as they come back up. Look at the 74 taking a note out of the 67 book. Oh, he clears himself off of Herventon, sends himself up in the dug. Herventon off of the 27 of Lane Myers. And holy shit, what is this? Brett Murphy Ricky Mendonça, Jeremy Below, Jordan Marion. I mean, we just gotta grab another person from another angle and watch that again. We have to look at it manually. No incident report. I mean, it's just a big wreck on this straightaway, and everybody is pedal to the metal right now because even at this moment, the yellow's not out. These guys believe that they can get a better result. Look at this. I mean, Jacobs, what do you make of that?
That is a really rough wreck there. Herberton trying his best to make his way up through the field on his fresh tires to make his advantage. Gets really close with the 72 there. Touches the rear of him, and then they completely get sideways and they block the whole track. Even if they're not racing for the final couple of laps here, I think it's still a huge wreck. I mean, you block the whole track, not everyone's going to be able to slow down perfectly in time. It's a real rough one, and it really messes up a lot of guys' chances of a good finish.
Yeah, I got like no comment because honestly, this is insane.
Alrighty, our
We're just going for
third
it.
overtime restart attempt. I believe we get 3 of 3. If the yellow comes out, the leader is deemed the winner. If we make it back to the flag stand, we'll end under green flag conditions no matter what. Aiden Gould, Mason Thompson, Douglas Senior, and your pole sitter with the freshest set of tires, Dylan Herviton 4th. They're going to roll to the restart zone. Mason Thompson, he got a good launch. Can he do it again? We're back racing here at Phoenix. Restart attempt number 3 for overtime. Look at this fan all the way down the side straightaway, wrecking in the back.
Oh, wrecking behind. This is going to be the race. Unless they let him run it out.
Are they letting him run it out? You let me know in the comms, guys.
I haven't heard anything in the yellows yet.
We're still green.
Big wreck behind involving Chris Sawyer, Gary Smoke, David Wright.
Mason
coming
Thompson
to the
makes a
white.
move for the inside.
Wow, Mason Thompson up the inside, looks to the left rear, Alicia.
Aiden's able to hold him off on the outside. Dylan Herviton with his fresh tires is probably going to make a huge send. Watch for him. There he goes to the inside for his move. Aiden Gould making lots of room on the outside for him. He's not going to be able to hold the speed on the outside of turn 2. Gould's got a truck linked over Mason Thompson now. I don't think there's a way he's going to lose this one.
Up, gets into the back bumper.
Hang
Coming
on
to
to
the
it.
line. There's Mason Thompson. Wow.
God, let's go, Mason. Good job. Yeah, he did. I got second. Let's go, Mason. Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Let's go! Dude, fuck yeah, bro.
Hell yeah,
And
Mason.
of course,
Good job,
get
bro.
second after all that, and I get 14!
Oh, let's
Fuck all
go.
you, bro.
Yes. Hell yeah,
Swear to
Mason.
God.
Let's go, brother.
Damn, that's
I thought
Wow.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
The loudest driver in that call wasn't even the winner. Ricky Mendonça was more excited for Mason Thompson than Mason Thompson. Aiden Gould does a burnout in front of the 52, but Mason Thompson got the win at Phoenix. What a celebration. This is going to be one to look back on. Blakely, give me your raw reaction to that.
Dude, I was hooting and hollering. I'm not gonna lie, dude. That was an awesome finish. Came right down to the wire. Dylan, even in the mix, tried to make something happen. Didn't happen. We're like, all right, cool. Aiden's just gonna win this damn race, and no, Mason puts his big old nuts on the dash and absolutely moves Aiden for the win. What an awesome race. Congrats to Mason. That's all I can say. Let's get this man up here in the booth.
I absolutely agree. Mason Thompson. We have a funny little dig that we do with Mason. He has one win in Frontier over all the laps that he's led. It came at the Mudslinger Classic at Eldora. Finally, Mason, you win on a pavement race. You wreck, move, I don't know, Aiden Gould at the ends. Tell me about that green-white checkered.
I don't know, bro. I just drove my dick off. Like, I just had to muscle up and drive that thing. Holy crap. I don't even know. I mean, had to do what you gotta do right there. Gotta get the win, but, it's whatever. It's whatever.
Mason, we were making comments multiple times. You started in P2 on a restart more than anybody else this race combined. How hard is it to get a launch because of iRacing rules? It seems like the guy that restarts second always ends up, I mean, you could lose 2 or 3 spots here in one lap because of the disadvantage. How were you able to figure out Aiden's tendencies by the time we got to the third restart to have a good launch?
I don't know, cause like most of these guys have like these stretch monitors and like these triple monitors. Like I'm on a 27-inch curved monitor. It is so hard to see on restarts. I gotta like get close to the guy and like watch his like left front on the restart. That's how I judge it. I just base it off that. So yeah.
Do you guys want to ask him questions or not? What the fuck, guys?
He was finishing his damn answer. Calm down, fucking. I'm sick of this guy. This host sucks. Noah Longyear's an idiot. Anyways, Mason, dude. Honestly, what a hell of a race you did on it. Like, dude, you planned that out perfectly.
I gotta ask you a question. Going into the final turn, did you already have it decided that you were gonna send it in deep and try to move Aiden, or is this something that you had planned for a long time if you were starting second?
If I was close enough, I was gonna try something, and I don't know. I felt, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I was a little too far back, but I don't know. Hopefully he's not too mad, but it is what it is.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the season goes, because now you've got to race with him for the rest of it. So hopefully he races you clean and fair, and you don't find yourself in the opposite places next week.
I'm sure he won't forget it. I promise you he will not forget it.
Mason, one more question before we send you back down. We talk about your schedule in Frontier and PAL. Last season, you kind of tapered away towards the middle to the end. You told me, hey, man, I'm here to race. I'm here to win. I'm here to battle for a championship in both series. What does this win do for you and your confidence?
Probably means I'm gonna run. I wasn't planning on running a lot this year, but
Sorry, keep going.
But no, it's fine. But I don't know. Dylan and Ricky were like, run tonight, and I was like, fuck it, I'll run tonight and see how it goes. And I don't know. This might mean I'll run some more. I'll keep going, see what happens.
All righty, Mason Thompson, winner here at Phoenix in one of the most entertaining races in Frontier Truck Tour history. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, man.
We'll set him back down, finishing second. His teammates, the pole sitter for tonight, almost had a shot, looked really good at throwing it to the bottom. He's already loaded up the truck and took it to the hauler, so I got to imagine Dylan will be a little disappointed in tonight's race.
I'm not disappointed in the finish. That was kind of what we needed. I would have liked to get the win. I think we had the truck to do it. I just kind of pit strategy there. It almost worked out. Kind of took myself out of it. Turning myself off the 61's nose. I made a stupid block. They called inside. I don't know why I made the move, but so I do apologize to him. And then the wreck with the 72 there, I don't really know what happened. I mean, I'm trying to watch back at this stuff, but overall, I mean, good finish, good day in terms of points, and happy for Mason. He didn't even know if he was going to make it, so cool to see him come out here and get one. And I'm happy to be back. I mean, it's just nice to have something to look forward to on Monday nights with these guys, these bunch of guys to race with. Like I said, more disappointed in the strategy than anything. I feel like I kind of put myself in a bad situation there. It would have worked out if I didn't wreck myself, I think, but I guess you never know. That's why things happen for a reason.
Which one?
Somebody asked this guy a fucking question before I lose my shit.
I'll go. Dylan, you're speaking of strategy. We saw a ton of different strategies towards the end of the race, and I know saving tires was one that a couple different guys really tried to go with at the end. How nervous were you coming to about 10 to go when there was still no caution and you were flagging back there in 12th place? What was your mindset then?
Well, I mean, I had Ricky on the same strategy with me, Ricky Mandounce in the 46. He was on the same strategy as me, and he was actually the one that was worried more than me. He kept going, it's over. And I told him, I said, it's never over till it's over. and we got that caution there with 7 to go. I was more worried about the fact that I think Brett Murphy and a couple other guys stayed out, and they were actually holding on pretty good. And I was worried that we wouldn't be able to pass, but when I threw it down into 1 on fresh tires and was able to make it stick and was like 4th when I did that, I knew that it was going to be a real shot. That's why I'm disappointed with the incident with the 61 that I had, because if I would have just drove it down into 3 and it would have stuck, and I probably would have, if we didn't get a caution, I probably would have had the next corner probably had the lead. So, but it is what it is. Definitely was getting a little nervous, but I saw a bunch of them were racing pretty good, so it ended up working out.
Well, Herberton, unfortunately, you have the reputation of if you win a race, it's a boring race. Last week, you run out of fuel. We get a green-white checkered you're not a part of. Tonight, we get multiple green-white checkers. You had a shot, but just you probably needed some green flag laps. So congratulations on another pole, another top 3. But I don't know, man. Maybe you should join the booth, and we'll send Blakely back out there for the 67 car.
Change the scheme.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, the scheme is fine, all right? It did good tonight.
No.
Don't care. We'll send him back down. Aiden Gould has been waiting patiently. We'll go ahead and talk to him. Remember, guys, he just got moved for the win. Aiden, give us, maybe you've had a little bit of time to look at it, calm down, talk about it, take a deep breath, but you get moved coming to the checkered at the end of this race. You won it all the way back in season 1 off of a green-white checkered. Everybody's wrecking behind you, but Mason Thompson gets to your bumper.
Well, to be honest, it's probably the cleanest move this race of all the cautions that we had, so I gotta give it to him for that. No, overall, though, I haven't looked back at it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't think he was... I know he was far back, but I don't think he was that far back, but he just probably drilled right into me. But at the end of the day, can't do anything about it. We lost, and he won, so good for him.
Aiden, strategy was all over the place with all of our drivers today. Do you feel like you had the best strategy to keep you up front at the end, or would you want to do it differently if you had another chance?
If we didn't have those cautions at the end, I think it would have been me and Joshua for the win. But when the caution came out with, 11, 12 to go, that gave about, half the field to come in for a set of tires. And I was able to hold them off because just quickie yellows, and you can't really do anything. You just pass by the people that are passing because they're wrecking. So felt like I was fine until I got moved.
I know it's sort of NASCAR tradition.
Overall, it's fine.
Okay. I know we've got a whole rest of the season to go here. Can Mason be expecting a similar move to himself if the roles are reversed sometime later this year?
I don't know. Depends if he shows up.
Depends if he shows up.
He's always in and out, but I've always raced him good. So, like I said before, it's probably the cleanest you can do it. And of how this race turned out, that was probably the cleanest way you can, quote-unquote, wreck someone.
All right, well, Aiden, congrats on 3rd place at least. You look good all race. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for tonight's race. I don't even know what to say, but Jacob, Blakely, Jacob, Alicia, thank you guys so much for joining me in the booth for another fantastic event, the Frontier Truck Tour race. Race number 2 of Season 4 at Phoenix. I'm drunk. Jacob is absolutely drunk. I don't know how he's a lightweight, but a couple of beers gets him gone. Alicia, the only sober guy. Your raw reaction to Season 4
I've been drinking
Phoenix.
since 6. Fuck you.
Shut up, pussy.
Guys, this was a really awesome race. I know we wanted to see some more green flag racing, but man, you can't get a better NASCAR finish than that. Get a little bit of bump. Everyone kept it clean at the end, but the pass was still made. I can't wait to see the race at Texas next week.
Hey, I absolutely agree. And we'll pull this up here at the very end. Mason Thompson tracking down, getting to the 8 car, gets into the back bumper of him. I mean, just beautiful racing all around. Mason Thompson gets the win. Dylan Herbert the second. Aiden Gould third. Douglas Henry fourth. Lane Myers fifth. Matt Verdran sixth. Eric Stanley seventh. Ronnie Lane eighth. Brandon Meyer ninth. And Brody Cummings rounds out your top 10. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for another broadcast here. Frontier Truck Tour Season 4 has concluded its second race of the season this Thursday. Go to YouTube, look up All-American Cup Series. Jacob Lisa will be driving a Gen 4 Cup car, and I will be broadcasting. That's coming up, and of course, Frontier returns Monday, August. The last week of August, I believe the 25th. Pal Racing returns for the Clash. Dirt mini stocks at Eldora, then we move into our normal O'Reilly season. Jacob Blakely competing full-time in that, as well as Season 2 champion Jacob Alicia. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you same time, same place next week. This is the Frontier Truck Tour.